What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I just watched the brand new Nicolas Cage movie, Mandy. This movie is insane. If you missed any of my Netflix stuff from this weekend, be sure to go check those videos out. And guys, I am so sorry I didn't get to review The Angel. It came down between Mandy and The Angel today because I just got time, and I'm like, you know what, Nicolas Cage, the reviews are pretty good. I'm kind of excited for this film. It looked visceral, and I really like the look of the trailer, so let's talk about the good. So this movie takes place in the Shadow Mountains. In 1983, Red and Mandy lead a loving and peaceful existence, but when their pine-scented heaven is savagely destroyed, Red is catapulted into a pretty insane journey filled with bloody vengeance and laced with fire. And that is the most accurate depiction I have ever heard, because that is actually what this movie is from beginning to end. And here it is. I will challenge one of my casual movie-loving friends to watch this movie and not want to walk out while you're not in it theater and not want to turn off your television, because it's such an odd setup for an odd film. It's a movie that not everybody's going to be on board for, and it's a film that I absolutely had to think about. When this movie went off, I'm like, okay, what happened here? Did this make sense? The film may seem mindless at times, but there's a lot to who these people are, what they stand for, and the cult status of what's going on behind the scenes. And when you start to unravel those things and figure out, okay, this is who these guys are, this is what Nicolas Cage is, and here's what he's about to do, when that all comes together in the plot, I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, this is what this movie is, and it gets pretty intense. I said the movie is insane, and it absolutely lives up to that word. First of all, for a vehicle for Nicolas Cage to give us a very good Nicolas Cage performance, also a good regular performance. Just a really crazy artistic expression. There are colors just blurted out on screen, but they make sense for what is going on. The film is gorgeous, one of the best looking movies I have seen all year. The use of color here, not since Mad Max have I felt like, remember in Mad Max when they showed nighttime and it was blue, and just that vibe that it gave you watching that scene, you're like, wow, I'm sucked into where we are right now. Well, that blue vibe for Mad Max happens all throughout the movie. You get it every other scene, and I was just sucked right in. Even if you're not on board for the story or Nicolas Cage's character, because yes, he is over the top, but it works here, I think you're gonna watch this movie and say, wow, the film looks good, its cinematography is fantastic, and the music by Johan Johansson is fantastic. Rest in peace, what a talent that guy was. It's just stunning, it's breathtaking, and I really got on board for the story too. You buy their relationship. You can tell how much Nicolas Cage loves her. When the revenge factor kicks in, you can tell how much Nicolas Cage wants to kill some people and go crazy and swing an axe and lift a chainsaw. The chainsaw scene at the end. It's something that I never knew I wanted to see, but I've always wanted to see Nicolas Cage fight somebody with a chainsaw. I have now seen that. I can die peacefully. And the fact that it did not let its style compromise the emotion of the film, because you feel the emotion, even if you're not completely on board for the story, you still feel the characters, but the style is still there. It looks great, it sounds great, it feels great. That's what she said! There are so many good things to say about Mandy. It is one of the more interesting looking films I have seen in a long time. That first 20 minutes, it was a little confusing. I found myself having to think about everything that was happening, and not that there was a deeper meaning for every event. It's just like, no, who are these people, and is this girl actually in a dream? Is she in real life? It took me a little bit to be like, oh wow, that's just the color scheme of the movie instead of like a flashback sequence. I know it sounds weird, but I was also a little distracted while I was watching the movie, but hey, I got through it. And the fact that I would go back and watch the movie again today to understand those things that maybe I'm not 100% clear on is a testament to how good the film sucks you right into it. It gets you in its grasp and it never lets you go, but this is the negative, so we're gonna get back to that. Story's a little frustrating at times. It's not just confusing, it's just like, oh, why is that character doing that? And why is this guy's monologue still going on? The monologue has been like 30 seconds. You could wrap it up. I would have liked to have known, okay, who is this group of people? How are they associated with this? And who is the leader of this cult? I mean, I know who the leader was, but who was the god that they were praying to? I don't want to give too much away by talking about this, but there were some things that not spelled out to me, but I wanted to know more. I'm just curious. Title sequences were a little weird. Yes, Nicolas Cage is fantastic. This is primal Nicolas Cage at his absolute best, and he's actually really good. He gives a good performance, like I said, but at times he's a little over the top. Some of his facial expressions, like when he's supposed to feel one way and he's doing this, it's weird, but it also fit in a weird way. Overall, the movie is odd. god. It's strange, it's insane, it's everything that I didn't know that I wanted in a Nicolas Cage movie in 2018. It is absolutely his best movie in a long time, his best role in probably like 10 years. The last time I saw him and really liked him was Kick-Ass. This is another one, mark it up on his resume. Nicolas Cage, while he's not back, he's really good in Mandy. I believe the story, I bought the characters, I was hooked on whether or not he was going to accomplish his task. I am going to give Mandy an 83% just because of how cool the entire concept was, how it was just a movie. I was going in with little to no expectations, and I came out thinking that was a visual, I will say visual masterpiece, not necessarily to the entire movie, but visually, technically, all of that. It was just really, really well done. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have a special video coming out later this week. It is a countdown, so get ready for that. And I don't know if I'll be reviewing a movie on Thursday as I have every week for the last however many weeks because I have to work on Thursday evening. But if I can push one out, it will be later on in the night. You guys are the absolute best, and I'll catch you later.